Hello. So over the last couple of days I've been listening to some videos from Dapper Laughs, who is a stand-up comedian, but he's also someone that has decided to stop taking cocaine and stop drinking. And yeah, he's been doing podcasts, bringing guests on. And his latest video, the guest was a lady who had actually lost her son to suicide. And she's talking about how bad come downs can be and how they can be made worse by a substance that's created in your body when you mix alcohol and cocaine together. Let me just find the name of that substance. Yeah, it's called cocaethylene, and it can cause things like, unexplained bursts of strength, as well as, agitation and depression. And, it can literally cause people to kill themselves while they're on their come down. Now, I remember, especially the last few times that I basically had a cocaine session where, the come downs would be brutal. I would literally have to spend 3 or 4 days just indoors doing nothing. I'd be in bed all day, or I'd then get up and sit on the sofa and wouldn't even talk to my girlfriend Kat. And then, all of a sudden, after a few days, I'd snap out of it, and then I'd be all apologetic and I'd be back to normal again. And they were talking in Dapper's video about how, you can literally just, spring out of it. But you know what? Some people don't spring out of it. The depression that they get from this psychoactive substance in their blood that is created when your body mixes cocaine and alcohol, can cause people to commit suicide. And, I'll be honest, I remember a couple of times when I've been going through those really bad, days and days long come downs where, Kat would go out to see her parents on the Sunday, and I would come into this kitchen and grab one of the knives out of the drawer and just sit on the floor crying, Now, I'd like to think that I would have never, killed myself, but I'm sure all these people that did unfortunately take their own lives would have probably thought that they wouldn't, And this sort of psychoactive substance that's created in your body by mixing cocaine and alcohol, can sort of send you over the edge. And look, every single time I used to do cocaine, I would drink alcohol with it. In fact, a lot of the times, even if I was driving around in my van or driving my car back from the garage, I would have to down a load of vodka, because in my head it sort of straightened me out a bit, although it didn't, and certainly made it easier for me to get back to sleep. Although, getting to sleep is always a struggle when you've been on cocaine. So, really interesting podcast talking about, the science of the come down, essentially, and how bad come downs can be. So, if you haven't checked out Dapper's podcasts, definitely go and check him out. He's a really cool bloke anyway, he is a comedian. These podcasts, I think he's doing a lot of good in the world by making these podcasts about mental health and drug addiction and stuff. Although he has had a bit of negativity online by people saying that he's a sellout, because he used to, make jokes about drugs and now he's given up drugs. But go and check him out. Anyway, in terms of myself, now in yesterday's video I mentioned that boxing really took me out, and I ended up getting a migraine and blurred vision and whatnot. And my body just was really tired. It has been really hot here in England the last few days. But I ended the video yesterday when we got to Kat's parents' place. But then, we had some food there, and then we come back home here, and I was knackered. In fact, though, ironically, because I was just talking about come downs, I was talking to Kat about how I see, when I have these days where I am fatigued, where I am working hard every day, I'm working out every day, I'm getting up early every day, which is a real struggle for me, and, I'm spending hours and hours and hours, editing these videos and whatnot, and, the stresses of not really earning much money, and, contemplating selling things just to keep me going. And I sort of compare these times when things do sort of overwhelm me a little bit to the come downs. I used to go out, get on a session, sniff a load of gear, and then I would have a few days where I was forced to basically rest, because mentally and physically I'm done, and my body's had enough. Well, nowadays I just work as hard as I can every day, work out every day, you know, keep building myself into a stronger person mentally, physically and spiritually every day, you know. And a lot of people talk about burnout and all that, and I ignore all that. You know, I don't let my mind stop me from, you know, pushing forward. And then every now and again, my body sort of decides that it needs a rest. And, you know, that's kind of the same as after a sesh, your body needs a rest. And obviously working hard every day and, you know, being into fitness and doing what I'm doing every day is way healthier than going on a session. And, you know, every now and again when my body does need to rest, that's way healthier than being on a come down where, you know, your body's like shutting down and whatnot. So it's just another reason for me to, you know, keep pushing forward. You know, my body will let me know, you know, when it's time to rest way before I'm in danger. And that brings me on to this morning, because I woke up at 7:30 and straight away I knew that I needed a lie-in, and then I went back to bed until 10:30. Now, it is a Sunday. I know you're watching this on a Monday, so, you know, a lot of people would say it's not the end of the world having a lie-in on a Sunday. Most people have a lie-in on a Sunday. So, you know, I'm not beating myself up about it too much, and, you know, I can confidently say that it is due to the fact that I've been working so hard lately. And, you know, especially yesterday with that really hard boxing session. But, you know, once I did get up at 10:30, I have cracked on with all the usual stuff. Sorry to keep repeating myself. Having loads of water, then my vitamin C, then I wrote in my journal, then I sat down and had a 20-minute meditation session, and I've just been for a walk around the block in the sunshine, and now it's time to crack on with some exercises, so let's do it. Alright, so today I think I'm going to do 50 crunches. I'll do them in 2 sets of 25. I'll do 2 sets of 20 push-ups, and then I think I'll just do 2 lots of a minute holding my legs up. 50 of them in boxing yesterday.
When have you done it?
25. I'll do another 25 in a minute. Can I even do 25 crunches straight after that? 10. It's in the camera now, so I have to do it.
Don't do it. Don't be a bitch.
If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I have these turmeric capsules every day, along with fish oil and omega-3 and vitamin D. And basically, whenever I've got an ache or a pain, like I've still got a little bit of a headache from yesterday, I'll take a few extra of these turmeric capsules. I normally have 4 a day, so yeah, I'm just gonna have an extra 3. They're not painkillers. They're not like as strong as, you know, pharmaceutical painkillers like paracetamol, but they are anti-inflammatory. So in a roundabout way, they can help with aches and pains, and they're all natural, unlike pharmaceutical painkillers. So I'll have all these with my protein shake, and then I can crack on my first dose of caffeine. Well, it is all go. I've got all the car stuff lined up and ready to go, but I haven't finished doing what I need to on the video that was on this channel yesterday. So apologies to anyone who saw that, because it would have been late. But yeah, it's all go in the kitchen as well. We're having steak. Obviously, I'm having eggs with mine, and we're having salad. And I'm on salad duty, so I've got to stop editing to make the salad, to eat my dinner, and then get back to work. Oh yeah. Look at that. Alright, so it's just coming up to 8 PM and I've just popped round to our local shop. And yeah, it's been a really, really productive Sunday, despite the fact that I woke up 3 hours later than I would have liked to. Now, I actually didn't think I'd be able to get the car video out today, but as it turns out, the footage from 2 stops that we made on one day that I was going to put into one video, yeah, it was just too much. So I decided to split it, which meant I was able to get the first of those 2 stops out in a video today. So yeah, really productive day. Did sort of struggle to get yesterday's video on this channel out. So yeah, that's gone out a bit late, but yeah, overall, really productive Sunday. Definitely looking to not lay in bed tomorrow, but this evening, me and Kat are going to watch a film at home. Doesn't seem like there's much on at the cinema, and I've just popped round to the shop now to grab some Haagen-Dazs because I ain't a total health freak, you know. I do treat myself once in a while, and yeah, I really do love Haagen-Dazs. And let's face it, compared to cocaine, Haagen-Dazs is actually really, really healthy. Now look, going back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, you know, about come downs and stuff. I know that there'll be some of you guys out there that are watching this video that, you know, might be still suffering from your sesh at the weekend. You know, you might have spent all of today, which would have been yesterday for you guys watching this, you know, in bed, not being able to do anything, not being able to play with your kids, or, you know, catch up with any work that you wanted to, you know, during this weekend. And look, I've been there, man. Like, you know, I used to go out on a sesh, and every single time I would tell myself it's the last one, it's the last one. And then lo and behold, I'd always end up getting back on it. But look, you can be free from it. I am free from that sort of thing now. You know, I'm grateful that I don't have to go through all that pain of going through come downs. And as I explained earlier, you know, when it gets really bad, when you are like contemplating suicide, and even getting to the stage where you are like pulling a knife out of the drawer, and, you know, regardless of whether you'll actually go through with it or not, like, that's not a great place to be. And you can be free from it. And, you know, my method of being free from it is to just turn yourself into the most healthy person that you can, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know, make that your obsession. You know, everything you decide to do in your life, everything, yeah, put it through a filter of, is this going to turn me into the strongest person physically, mentally, and spiritually? Because even if you do live your life, you know, proper regimented like that, you're still going to have little treats in that. Like tonight, I'm having my Haagen-Dazs, you know, and that's with me literally focusing every day on making myself as healthy as I can. So I can't afford to not focus on it as much as I can, you know, 100%. Because, you know, if you focus on it sort of 20%, or, you know, go for a little health phase, you know, I've done it so many times over the years, and it never works, or it never works for long. It never works for a prolonged period. But I'm sitting here now, you know, what is it, 242 days clean, I think it is. 243 days clean. And, you know, I've mentioned it so many times on the channel. I truly believe that this attempt is working because I've decided to start inspiring people through the videos on this channel, but also because I'm, you know, taking everything seriously. All these things that I've sort of learned over the years that work, you know, I'm doing them all and every day. You know, I'm not going through a health kick. I'm not having, you know, a few days of being healthy. I am now living a healthy life. I am a healthy person, and a healthy person doesn't sniff cocaine. A healthy person doesn't smoke cigarettes. A healthy person doesn't drink alcohol, because they're all going to set me back in my health, in my physical health. And to be mentally healthy, and, you know, staying away from drugs requires you to be mentally healthy. You know, being mentally healthy requires you to be physically healthy. And that's my method of doing things. But look, that's the end of this video. I will be back for another one tomorrow. Please do feel free to say hello in the comments, and we'll have a chat, or drop me a message if you don't want to, you know, publicly put a comment below the video. You know, I'm happy to chat to anyone who feels that chatting to me would benefit you. But other than that, I'll speak to you tomorrow.